Would you rather be the best at speaking every language or be the best at playing every instrument? Why? Does either skill require upkeep of any kind? Will these skills diminish if I don't keep them sharp? No, they will be. Pack it up folks, the comment section has been won. That's tough. Speaking every language would be so amazing. Because you could communicate with literally anyone. You could talk to anyone on the whole planet. And I bet you could also get a fantastic, well-paid job with that skill. But I don't like people all that much. I'd find it much more personally satisfying to be able to play any instrument. How amazing it would be to be able to express myself with any instrument that exists. You could also be a musician, and that would be way better for me than being an interpreter. So I'd have to go with that. What instrument do you think I'd play first? Probably the piano. I've always wished I could play. Speak every language. I've always wanted to speak T-Rex. Maybe if you speak its ancient tongue you'll be able to find one to actually use your talent on. Hell, finally be able to speak Zuckerberg's native tongue. Language. If it's every language, it means I could speak dead languages and translate some of the oldest texts in the world. That would be super cool. As a professional translator with musical aspirations, this is one of the hardest questions for me. Obviously, the languages would make me the most useful person in the office and I'd be set for life. But being able to play every instrument has been a dream of mine since I was a kid, and it would allow me to make all the music I've always wanted to, but didn't know anyone with the right skills and interests. I'm also a translator with musical aspirations. You said it way better than I did. Could we split the difference and be the best at 10 important languages and 10 important instruments? You two need to meet up and make a band called Lost in Translation, just saying. Every language, because I would dress like C3PO and mess with people. I have a bad feeling about this. I find your lack of faith disturbing. Instrument. I'm scared of social interaction. Instruments are great to learn if you're averse to social interaction. Instrument. If you're the best at any instrument you can monetize that pretty well. Plus, if people pissed you off, you'd be a deft hand with a blunt instrument. Just being the best at speaking my own language would be fantastic. Best at every language out there? Count me in. Bonus. What about programming languages? Math and programming are languages, so this is the best superpower ever. Instrument. As music is a universal language anyway, and I also prefer arts over social engagement. Yes. But can you order a pizza in Italy while playing the guitar? Language. Polyglots have always amazed me, and I'm a language nerd, so the choice is easy. Language. So I could immerse myself in a different country and culture whilst on holiday. Your immersion may be broken when you realize that you can only speak those languages, not understand them. Speaking every language, cause then, if two people are talking about me in a different language, I can humiliate them by telling them I understood every word. I want to understand what my Ukrainian technicians are saying while they are seemingly yelling at each other for a couple of hours straight. I have another employee from a neighboring country with a slightly different language and he's useless. Johnny, what are they yelling about? Apostrophe. UHM. Chandeliers. No. Cheesecake. Cheesecake. Apostrophe. I think language. There's a lot of job opportunities here, and plus I love it when people get excited when you speak their native tongue. I'd rather be the best at playing every instrument. First off, the music you could create would be unbelievable. Secondly, the feeling of connection you get with others when you see them vibing to your music is unrivaled. It's like the greatest high in the world without any of the negative consequences of drugs, and making people feel good is so rewarding. It's sad that so many people that picked this mentioned how they could monetize it. Of course everyone needs money, but there's so much more to music than money or fame. I would choose this power, even if I never made any money from it. Language. The joy of playing instruments is in learning and practicing. The joy of language is in communication. There is also the joy of playing your instrument live with others, which is in one sense a form of communication. Language. I could finally figure out what the hell my cat wants. Instrument. I don't even want to talk to anybody in my own language. There are over 7,000 languages in the world, and if you are the best at speaking all of them, you would probably be considered a genius. Not to say you won't be a prodigy being a master of the 1500 plus instruments, but knowledge a language and by extension, culture, is way more impressive in my eyes. Language. Hands down. Instruments can be construed to be practical, but the art of communication is what reigns supreme. Language. Not only because I love to travel, but when you come across someone who doesn't think they are going to be able to communicate in a certain situation, and then all of a sudden someone is able to communicate with them, the light on their eyes will warm your heart for a long time. Speak every language. I would assume that it makes me think in a different language too. It's just like another world, and connection with others is different if you know a different language. Instruments for sure. I live in America and speak English, and I still barely talk to anybody. If I spoke Spanish and lived in Spain, I doubt that would change much. Lol. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Language. I find two-way communication more useful than one-way. Music, when played right, is absolutely two-way communication. If you're playing in a band, you're communicating with other musicians. If you're a solo act, you're playing to your audience's energy and feeding off of that. Instruments. In my job I have found that everybody can understand music to some degree, but not everybody understands spoken language, regardless of which language. Language. By learning the language, you also learn the people. It opens up so many doors for you to have amazing experiences and learn. Language. Being able to speak every language would be way more convenient, and you could talk every language, including ones that haven't been spoken in hundreds of years. I find learning instruments is way easier than a new language, so that also adds in a reason for my choice. Imagine waking up one day and you could speak Latin, or order Big Smoke's order in Japanese. That would be awesome, right? Be the best at playing every instrument, it'd get into bands and stuff, and get to play massive shows and make bank. If you had the ability to be the best, basically flawless, speaking/comprehension of all human languages, the money you can make from that would be absurd. Definition: take that over being an exceptional instrument player. There's already exceptional instrument players of pretty much every instrument. Doubt that you would be able to garner more praise/recognition than the currently respected ones to make money out of it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you enjoyed watching this video, leave your thoughts in the comments below.